Chapter 116. It's because this goose is sick. Yayo. Sonshis landing fright and the geese who lived here. However, these geese were not afraid. Instead, they surrounded him angrily and pecked Sonshis' bare butt. Under the power of the void, Sonshis' clothes had long been ruined. At this moment, he was basically naked. After his butt was attacked, Sonshi immediately shrunk his body. A circle of blazing golden light erupted and protected his vital points. He hurriedly pulled his head out. Bah! Bah! He spat out a few mouthfuls of mud and grabbed the goose who was pecking at his butt. He said angrily, "Damn you, where are you pecking?" "Ow, ow." This group of big white geese cried even louder and even released a circle of wind to attack him. "Oh, you're quite fierce." Sonshi sent a slap over and a circle of heat waves rolled and spread from his palms, sending this group of special geese flying. Caw-caw. The tone of these guys changed again, and they looked afraid. Most of them did not dare to go forward. Only the guy who pecked at Sonshis' butthole pounced over again with determination. "Just nice. I'm hungry," Sonshi muttered. 15 minutes later, a fireball was burning in the grass not far from the big white goose. Sonshi, who had changed his clothes, looked at the roasted goose that had turned golden on the fireball and could not help but swallow his saliva. Just as he was about to take out some seasonings, Sonshi was shocked to discover that his storage bag had fallen off, and only his storage ring was still there. "Fortunately, I put all the valuable things in my storage ring, otherwise I would have become poor." Sonshi was glad. He found the seasoning in his storage ring and sprinkled it on the roasted goose. The fragrance immediately became much stronger. He hurriedly tore off a goose leg and took a bite. He was instantly stunned. Wutiled. Amidst the cries of the other geese, Sonshi swallowed a few mouthfuls and sighed. "It's king delicious. This is much better than the meat of vicious beasts." He hurriedly pulled out the other goose leg, took a bite from the one in his left hand, then munched on the other one from his right hand. The big group white geese in the distance trembled and lowered their heads in silence as they witnessed this sight. Swoosh! A beam of light suddenly appeared beside him and transformed into a fair and chubby young man. He looked extremely shifty and his cultivation level was at the late-stage foundation establishment realm. Sonshis' expression changed and he hurriedly extinguished the fireball. However, the fatty sniffed with his nose and immediately locked onto Sonshis' hiding spot with a glance. He said angrily, "Who's roasting meat here?" Sonshi stood up awkwardly. "Brother, do you want some?" When Wu Shansheng saw the roast goose in Sonshis' hand, he turned to look at the quiet group of geese and was dumbfounded. "You actually dare to roast the preparatory swans in the palace?" "Ah, these guys are swans?" Sonshi was surprised. "I thought they were just normal white geese that are bigger." "Bullshit, they're swans. Where did you come from? How dare you?" Wu Shansheng scolded. "Do you know that it's a serious crime to secretly eat a spirit bird owned by the palace?" "Ow. I'm new here, I wasn't aware." Sonshi was embarrassed but not afraid. At the very most, he would just be sent home. He shrugged. "It has already been cooked. Do you want some? Yo, can you be like this?" Wu Shansheng pointed at Sonshi as his gaze landed on the golden roast goose. He walked over and grabbed the roast goose. He swallowed his saliva and said righteously, "Give it to me. Since I found out about your crimes, I must confiscate the evidence. You can explain to the deacon later." Sonshi took a bite of the goose leg and commented with a sideways glance, "Why do I feel that you just really want to eat them too? You won't secretly eat these later, right?" "How can I, Wu Shansheng, break the law knowingly? Even if I have to throw it away today, I won't eat it secretly." Wu Shansheng held his head high and puffed out his chest. "You can doubt my looks, but you can't doubt my character. It tastes good when it's hot. Otherwise, when it gets cold, it won't be as good." Sonshi pointed at the roasted goose and took another big bite in satisfaction. Wu Shansheng's gaze changed, and he snorted, "I've never liked to waste food, so I'll just have to reluctantly deal with it here." As soon as he finished speaking, he grabbed the roast goose and nibbled on it crazily. Then, he groaned, "Woo, it smells so good. How did you roast it?" "Fireball," Sonshi said, indifferently. When he saw Wu Shansheng gnawing crazily, he snatched a goose wing and curled his lips. "Elder Wu, your table manners are a little ugly. I can't help it, it's too fragrant. I've never eaten such a delicious roast goose in my life." Wu Shansheng revealed his true colors. He was the typical foodie kind of guy. "Do you have wine?" Sanchi felt that something was missing. "I do." Upon being reminded, Wu Shansheng took out a wine bottle and 2 wine glasses. He also took out a table, a matching stool, and even peanuts. Sanchi was stunned. "Elder, who are you? How should I address you?" Wu Shansheng asked curiously. "My name is Sanchi. I'm a new elder and am not familiar with the outer sect. I don't know how I barged in here." Sanchi indeed did not know how he managed to come in. He had fallen out of the depths of the void and landed here. "So you are Elder Song. There are indeed many ray formations in the palace. Don't run around in the future. If you're unlucky, you might encounter a fatal array. That would be dangerous." Killing formation, Sanchi's heart skipped to beat. "Where's the killing array? Tell me, I will be more careful in the future." Wu Shansheng stared at Sanchi. "These are secrets. If Elder Song needs to know, you will naturally get the opportunity to know." He poured 2 glasses of wine and the fragrance immediately filled the air. He then took a sip and sighed in satisfaction as he looked at the roast goose. "I don't even dare to eat these spirit geese. And you actually dared to roast them here." "Oh. I saw that the goose was sick, so I just gave him a quick release." Sanchi rolled his eyes and said, in embarrassment. "However, it was because this goose came to provoke him when he was hungry. If he did not kill it, it would be a pity to spare this annoying little guy." "Oh." Wu Shansheng smiled and looked at a big goose in the distance. "This goose looks sick too. Why don't you take a look at it?" Good God. Sanchi was speechless. He had met a kindred spirit who was as shameless as him. Then he'll check. Swoosh. A phantom image darted out. The big fat goose hiding behind a tree screamed, as it was grabbed by a hand with an intention to kill. A few minutes later, Sanchi set up an iron pot to stew the goose. He clinked glasses with Wu Shansheng and asked softly, "These geese are not under your control, right?" "I'm an elder in charge of the spiritual birds and spirit beasts in the outer sect. Do you think I'm in charge now?" Wu Shansheng retorted meaningfully. Sanchi smiled and said, "What a coincidence." Wu Shansheng's gaze gradually became dangerous. "I'm becoming very doubtful if you're the new elder or not." Sanchi sensed that something was wrong. He looked at the wine that he had taken a sip of. "Is your wine poisonous?" "The wine isn't poisonous. There's an immortal drug in the cup. It's equivalent to a knockout medicine in the mortal world, but it's specially targeted at cultivators' essence energy." Wu Shansheng swirled his wine glass. "I'm not sure if there's anything wrong with you. So I can only knock you out for now and hand you over to the deacon."